Creative thinking is getting a lot more attention in Japan, probably because it's a reaction to the schooling system, which mainly concentrates on rote learning. But when people get into companies, then we need to have more innovation, more creativity, and that requires some thinking for that, and most people are not trained to do that. Hello, my name is Greg Story. I'm the president of Dale Carnegie Training here in Japan, coming to you from the High Performance Center in our headquarters in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, in the center of Tokyo. And this is a very interesting topic, how to get more creativity from the team. Well, in a previous video I talked about how not to do it, which is, grab the pen, go to the whiteboard and start dragging ideas out of people and start criticizing ideas on the way through. That's not going to work. Today I want to talk a little bit more about how to do that. One very interesting thing is, very important to start with the end in mind. Start with visualizing what success would look like. Now, recently we did some training for a group, and they did a very, very good job of this. Before the training, they thought about some topics, they really cut down to some core subtopics, and they broke groups into people so they knew who was going to be in the group. They pulled all different elements of different departments together, so they had quite a mixed group, not the same people working together all the time. But that had a period of time to think about, well, what would we really like to achieve with this particular area we want to work on? That's a great start. That gets people thinking before they even get to the room to do the creative thinking. It's already percolating away there. So that's one very good part. The other part is we need to come up with some facts, some information, data about where we are now. We need a starting point to be clear. We're here, we want to be here, or exactly what is here and what is involved. The gathering of information gives you a rich harvest of things to think about. Now we have Kaizen, which is sort of a gradual improvement, a polishing of things from the past we've done in the past. And then we've got breakthrough thinking. Well, both are important. That iterative aspect of Kaizen, very, very good, but also breakthrough thinking is very, very good because you leap forward, leap ahead of your competitors. So if we're going to get to that point, we have to know really where we are now and get that data, get that information. That'll give us a base from which to think, well, what could be a breakthrough? What could be a leap forward that we could do in our company which would put us ahead of the competition? Then we have to think about idea finding. We talked about this last time. Okay, so no evaluation of the ideas. Lots of ideas out in the first part of the process. Get as many ideas out, no evaluation. But having done that, and we want a lot of ideas, we want a lot of, and I said last time too, crazy ideas are fine, because a crazy idea will stimulate somebody else to have a really practical idea. So don't hesitate to let all the ideas come up. Now after that, we have to go through some solution finding about which of the ideas we think are going to be the most practical, the most executable, the ones we want to put the priority on right now. This is where we're going to put the time, the effort, the money, the people, etc. So which of those? And often there'll be very, very good ideas competing with each other, but you'll probably prefer one over another. But you'll get to the other one later. So on the first cut, here's what we're going to do. Now, having done that, we need to get to the implementation stage. I really, really recommend when you're doing creative thinking, also tack on a planning section with that. Because one of the really frustrating things with brainstorming, creative thinking, innovation, is that you spend the time, everyone's in the room, you're doing a fantastic job brainstorming. The ideas go up on the sheet, you've got some fantastic stuff there, and that's it. It never seems to turn into any execution. There never seems to be an output, no result. Tack a planning session onto the creative thinking session so that after you've come up with the ideas, now take the ideas, the key ideas, and then work on a planning section. What are we going to do? Who's going to do it? What are the milestones? How will we measure it? All those typical things to do in planning. So you come away with idea and how to execute that idea. Now, of course, when you get to the point of getting it approved internally, and there's got to be someone to approve it because there's bound to be budgets involved, there's bound to be probably cooperation with other departments, whatever, that acceptance stage, when you come with idea and plan, that's very, very, very persuasive. People look at it, they go, oh, this is a really good idea, and this is a really good plan. I can see why this would work together. Let's go ahead and do it. As opposed to turning up with your fluffy idea, not based on anything to do with how you're going to execute on it, and then asking people to trust you. Well, yes, that might work, and great if it does, but better to have idea, plan, very, very persuasive. And so you implement the plan, and of course, you've got the milestones, you've got the accountabilities, you're checking all that way on the way through to make sure it's tracking correctly. And then at the end, you have an evaluation of how do we go. We said we're going to do this, did we achieve it? We're looking for these improvements, did we get them? We're looking for this increased revenue, did we get it? Increased profit, did we get it? Whatever it might be, you knew what your measurements were going to be from the start, and then you were tracking towards that. So when we do creative thinking, innovation, brainstorming, all these sorts of things, here's some things to think about. Have a vision in mind. Try and get that out to the rough draft we're all going to talk about to people before, so they think about the vision before they get in the room. After you've done that, then think about, okay, where are we now? We know where we want to be, where are we now? What are some ideas to get there? Don't judge the ideas on the way through. Wait till they're all out, then make a selection of the most high priority ideas. Have a plan to work on the implementation of those ideas you come up with, then go and get it approved, and then execute it, check it, measure it, and see if it worked or not. Good luck with that. If you do it this way, it will be much, much more successful.